kindly introduce yourself. Let's meet you.
So here's my general introduction. Most of the people know me by my name Siddhant, but it's better to pronounce it Sid for the people who can't pronounce Siddhant. So I'm an undergraduate in India and I'm doing biology, and I was born in New Delhi, India, and that's where my journey of this bioinformatics, biology and chemistry began. So I'm really young undergraduate looking forward to exploring the world of academia and sciences and just grabbing all the opportunities that are coming in my way and making my little steps forward. And that's generally about me.
Okay. Which school in India are you in school?
I'm at University of Delhi in India.
Ah, that's New Delhi, if I'm right, is the main capital.
Yes, the main university in India.
That's that's going to be a very big school. So, the why do you like mathematics? Why have you picked interest in science generally, and why mathematics?
Why an interest in science is a very big question for me. So as I'm pursuing my degree in biochemistry, Bachelor's of Sciences in Biochemistry, and my minors is in chemistry. So I was really interested about biology, biochemistry, and all these interdisciplinary fields. My interest in science went back when I was a little kid, learning about these interesting facts, learning about how life originated, how life works. That paved my way. Bioinformatics really came late to me when I was looking for a way to analyze my wet lab data. So I stumbled on this beautiful world of bioinformatics and how you can, do a lot of stuff in biology, as well as computational biology and computational chemistry. So bioinformatics for me is an aid to help me analyze my wet lab data. But again, I shifted more towards bioinformatics when I found out that okay, it can help a lot in virology, and that's where the COVID pandemic started, and it paved me a way to see how I can design in silico vaccines, how I can make theoretical models, how I can analyze the proteins involved, analyze the infectious proteins involved in, say, coronavirus or any other pandemics happen. That's where I stumbled into the world of bioinformatics, and the rest is history.
Wow. Do you think you stumbled on bioinformatics at the right time, especially
I think
the coronavirus pandemic?
I think I definitely stumbled a little before coronavirus happened. But again, I stumbled very early in my career. I started coding. I started understanding the key concepts of bioinformatics very early, just in my freshman year of university. I started very early, and that paved me a way. That gave me enough confidence to take on the challenges, learn from people, and usually people started in their masters or in their PhD. I was lucky enough to get mentors. I was lucky enough to get into opportunities that helped me get these exciting bioinformatics tools, bioinformatics knowledge, and bioinformatics projects.
Oh, wow, interesting. So you joined HackBio, right?
Yeah, I joined HackBio. I was an intern at
Before
HackBio.
before HackBio, can you tell us about some of the projects you did? Like, probably very interesting project.
So, in my winters, I worked with dengue viruses. I worked with megakaryoviruses in dengue viruses. So, most of my projects were a little bit of RNA sequencing analysis and just the basic stuff that bioinformatics person needs to learn. But then again, my personal motive was not in bioinformatics at the start. I shifted to computational chemistry to learn about origins of life. That was a fantastic topic that I explored in my summers along with HackBio. Origins of life is interesting to anyone who grew up, like how life originated, how small molecules became big, how this world originated, how astrobiology and other kinds of biology interact. So origins of life was a key topic. But then again, coronavirus pandemic happened, and then I shifted my key computational skills to computational chemistry as well as computational biology. With computational biology, I got a fantastic chance with HackBio, and then I moved forward.
That's great. For those that may not understand it, can you try to differentiate computational chemistry and computational biology just to show them?
Yes, so they are surely very different from the projects I did. Computational biology and bioinformatics. I'm not talking about computational biology and bioinformatics as a separate tool. I am trying to take them as a complete workhorse to
Yeah,
solve
yeah,
our problem.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And my computational chemistry deals with the phenomena of how you model chemical systems, like how one reaction is running with another, how reactions are reacting, what are the projects generated, what are the energies involved. While there is a significant overlap in computational biology, say biochemistry, how your peptide, what are the energies of your peptide bonds, what are the energies of your binding sites and everything and all that. Computational biology deals more with the living data, living matter, living problems, as computational chemistry deals with the chemical problems that you face in the lab. So there's wide range of topics that you can discuss on both.
Wow, that's succinct and very short, and I think it's also key. Yeah, yeah, motivated actually. So from start to finish, can you just summarize your HackBio experience?
I stumbled across the HackBio application by an accident. One of the labs that I worked in the winters just sent me the link that this kind of application is happening, and I was really not sure about how it will happen, how will I manage my time, and how will I manage my other internship that was going on as well in computational chemistry. But then I just filled the form, I got the acceptance, and I was really excited. The early weeks were a little slow for me because I had already the background knowledge to do all the tasks. But as the weeks progressed, as the team started building up, and as we moved to our final research questions, things really got excited. Things really got me into the field, and I learned a lot about vaccinology, reverse vaccinology, proteomics, immunoinformatics, and that was the stage that finally I felt that okay, this is challenging for me. I need to get some help. I need to get the resources. I need to get the work done. And that was the ending part of the HackBio internship. Really got me set in the field, and I'm really happy that I worked and understood what I did.
Yeah, yeah. So before the final project, and after the first, like before the last week and after the first week, in between, was it difficult for you to get along, or was it just normal? Were you able to integrate yourself?
So, as I keep mentioning about my computational chemistry project, I was really working with an international group before. So I had a knowledge about how to set up Zoom meetings, how to collaborate over Slack, how to use GitHub. So that transition from that project to bioinformatics one was really easy for me, and I had absolutely no issues integrating with the team members, communicating with the team members, and making them work or making myself work towards the project. So I had no issues.
So yeah, at the end, I think you were the most successful person.
Yeah, I got the most resourceful person because my personal ideology is if you are growing, you should grow all together. You should take everyone with you and grow simultaneously. So I tried to keep up with all the resources. I posted resources, posted information, helped all the people that I could. And at the end of the day, it really gave me satisfaction.
So since then, like, have you continued to be resourceful to others? Like,
I did. You can have a lot of examples where I just ping people on the WhatsApp about a latest conference happening, or I just try to push them into the field of academia if they are interested, and just maybe being a slightly resourceful person, seeing their CVs, seeing their SOPs, or helping them get internships, because I already went through this process, and helping as much people as I can in these troubled times, in these troubled resources, and with less number of resources is my main priority, because I am growing, they should grow too. They should feel happy about themselves too, and it gives me a lot of joy when I see them presenting their work in conferences and when I see them happy because of me.
So working with a lot of people, like a lot of people from different scientific background, different cultural background, like working in such kind of team at different career stages. How did that affect you? How did it affect your contribution, like your outspokenness, probably when you're working in a team?
Not probably. What I did was to find out which person is comfortable at which level. Maybe there is some person that is doing a PhD, and I would have to suit my resources or the way I talk to him or them with the way they are doing their PhD. For example, if someone is an undergrad, I might mentor them differently. So, based on what is their career progression and the amount of communication that we do, I try to suit my personal communication with them so as to better communicate, better get my ideas across, and just to better help them.
Yeah, I think that's perfect for like teamwork and team leader. Yeah. That's great. So there's an interesting fact now. Siddhant, Sid, if you like, is an Open Bioinformatics Fellow. So he won it, I think, after the internship. Yeah. So tell us about it.
So, well, I would really like to thank HackBio. They were the proponent of me winning that Open Bioinformatics Fellowship to present my work in a conference. So as we were in the end of our bioinformatics internship, I was really looking forward to publish a paper, publish a manuscript, as well as get my work across through the medium of conferences. We applied to a lot of conferences, we presented, we got rejected from a few, but then again, I never felt the need. Then there's an issue that a lot of conferences aren't free, and like there's an issue of high-speed internet too. So I thought maybe there are some grants available just for bioinformatics that I could apply, and maybe just I could cover my conference registration fee as well as internet costs. Fortunately, I stumbled on Open Bioinformatics, and their key goals are that you are working on an open source project, you are using open source tools, you are giving your information to the free. So most of our repositories were on GitHub. We use open source tools. We never bought anything. We never bought a software. We tried to make it as free as possible. We use free journals. We tried publishing in free journals. So all of my research and my group's research were based on the fundamentals of open source and freeware. That really helped me get my applications across, and the work I did at HackBio was the one that got me selected. I wrote an abstract. I tried communicating with them. I tried to tell them how will I encourage the spirit of open source in the further communities. How will I maintain the spirit of open source? So we released all our data sets that we generated in our HackBio internship and through our paper, and added them to our centralized data repository so that if anyone who reads a paper gets to know their data, they can run their analysis, they can find out, okay, this is wrong or this is right or this is interesting. So that was my contribution to Open Bioinformatics Fellowship.
That's really motivating. I think the use of open source software and a lot of making the data open and accessible, I think we will try to incorporate that more into the design of HackBio subsequently. You already mentioned HackBio. You appreciated the efforts of the organizers. So
yes, I really do.
Yeah, but I think there is nothing perfect. So if there is something you would really want the internship organizers to think about or to work on next time, so what would that be?
So while my HackBio experience was really perfect, I got along with people, I did really some good work, and I was so early in my career, and I got a community full of like-minded bioinformatics people. A lot of papers, a lot of conferences came out of bioinformatics. I met a lot of people that are still my friends, even after the bioinformatics internship ended. So it was all in all a perfect academic community for me and for my growth. But again, if I could make some suggestions, what would it be? Yes, maybe a basic skill set of the people that are entering the fellowship. So while you want to make it as many accessible, and that's what I want to make it to, like any people can enter, just a basic skill set test, maybe a basic proficiency test would help people, because when we are starting out with our system, a lot of people were really clueless, a lot of people didn't know, and that's not their fault. Most of the people who are starting with this are clueless. But it took a lot of time, and as we were having our deadlines, we were having all our work, we were having the summer internships that was happening. I was writing a paper with my other advisor. It became a little hard to mentor them, to mentor ourselves, and to mentor all the team and to move forward. So maybe a little proficiency test would help. Also, like mentors. A crucial crucial step of mentors, maybe checking their credentials or training them how to mentor people from undergraduates to PhD. So that would help. A lot of people, a lot of mentors might come into HackBio with no professional mentoring experience. So maybe just training them how will other people who are way beneath their academic experience will behave or go forward, and what are the set deadlines. Maybe mentoring them, giving a training in them to them in mentoring would really help.
Yeah, we will definitely take it on that. Thank you for the sincere comments. I appreciate that. On a lighter note, so how many people, how many countries were you able to network with during the internship process? If you can just a rough count.
So most of my friends are from African subcontinent, since HackBio is dominated by people from Africa. But there again, I think I met people from 9 or 10 countries. But since I mentioned I was already working in an international project in the past, just in the summers, I got an idea how to connect with them, what to ask better questions. I learned a lot about African culture and how the stuff is, how the politics, how the stuff in African countries is really working. So it opened my eyes. It opened my eyes to learn about their cultures and to spread mine. So I met people from all around the world. And if I could make a suggestion, for example, we have when we are filling the registration forms, we mention which country we are from. So if you can make a country map of all the participants, of all the people that you can analyze the data and you can find which countries people are really representing. That country map would be really cool as a outreach that we are an international community. We favor international collaboration.
Thank you very much for your time. I think we've exceeded our time schedule, but I'm really happy to have you. It's been wonderful. And really wish you all the best, especially with your recent award. Yeah, very, very good. And, good luck. So.